This is the new Baldr Mini. Let's get into it. Alright, and before we get into the video, I wanted to mention that Olight is having their Christmas sale from now until the 16th. So this light is going to be on sale for a really good price, as well as a whole lot of other lights on their website. So I'm going to leave a link in the description below to check that out. Even if you missed that sale though, you can still get 10% off of this light or anything else on the Olight web store besides the X9R using the coupon code APARMS. And again, that link will be in the description. So included in the box, obviously you have the light, you have the magnetic charging cable, you get an Allen wrench, you get the 1913 rail adapter, as well as a few replacement screws, and you also have the user manual. Alright, and here it is. This is the Baldr Mini. Let's go ahead and go over all the external features. Starting up front, you do have your lens. It's a crystal clear lens, and you do have a nice black bezel around it. And inside that lens, you can obviously see your LED, but above that is another hole, and that is for your laser. This does have an integrated green laser built into it. That's super cool. Most of the time, they're just stuck on the bottom as little external units, but this is actually behind the main reflector, so integrated really well. Going up top, you have your mount. This has a quick release mounting system, and I will go over that more when it's on the gun. This also has a glide lock system as well, so you can get the perfect fitment for any gun that you have. Here is your quick release lever. Up top, you have your rail adapters. You can see this one has the GL adapter in it that indicates that this is for a Glock pistol. And the reason you have two different ones, you have a 1913 and you have a Glock adapter, is that because Gen 1 through 4 Glocks have a slightly slimmer slot in the bottom of their rail. So if you tried to use a 1913 adapter, it would not fit in there. They went to 1913 in Gen 5, so if you have a Gen 5 Glock, you want to use the other adapter. Subsequently, if you have any other handgun, you also want to swap the adapter out, because if you try and use this with the Glock adapter, it will work, but you'll have a little forward and backward play in there. So definitely swap that out if you're going to use this for anything else other than a Gen 1 through 4 Glock. On the right side, you have a screw up top for adjusting your tension on the quick release lever. If you put this on your gun and you notice that it's a little loose or it's super hard to close this, it's a little tight, you can give this screw a little bit of a turn to get the perfect fitment, even if it's not right out of the box perfect. However, for me, it's always pretty good out of the box. I've never had to change that. Further down on the right side, you have your windage and elevation adjustments for your laser. You can get this laser sighted in perfectly for your gun. Obviously, you have your markings here. Going on the bottom, you do have a little warning sticker showing that this is a laser. Right on the bottom here is your magnetic charging port. What makes this really cool is that you don't have to take it off of the gun to charge it like a whole lot of others out there. All you do when you want to charge is bring your magnetic charging cable close to it. It will automatically stick on, and there is an LED indicator built into the cable indicating when it is fully charged. So when the light is red, that means it is charging, and when it is green, that means it is fully charged. Back to the other side, again, you have Olight markings as well as a little dot here. That is actually a low battery status LED. When this gets below a certain percentage, that will actually light up red to indicate that it's time to charge the light. Back to the bottom right here is your main selector switch. So this determines what lights or lasers come on when you activate the pressure switch. All the way over is light only. Put it to middle is light and laser, and all the way to the right is laser only. And I'll demonstrate that here in a little bit. And then around the back side is your ambidextrous pressure switch. And this is how you activate the light. You can do either one, they both do the same thing. And again, in a little bit, I'll go over all of that. All right, so let's go ahead and get this guy mounted up on a handgun, and then I'll go over how it works. All right, here is my Glock 19. First thing you want to do is make sure it is unloaded. So magazine out, chamber empty. So what I'm going to do is loosen that lever, and then I will place it over the slot just like that and close the lever. And you can see it's a little far away from the gun. That's how I like it, but if you wanted to move it, you can actually loosen the lever and slide it all the way in, or you can slide it further out if you wanted. That's what the glide lock is for. So you just pick the spot that you want, and then you close the lever, and it's fully locked on and secure. That's a really, really cool feature. But yeah, here it is. Now it's on a gun, and we're gonna go over how it works. So you have your ambidextrous pressure switches on each side, and you do have your different modes down. So let's go ahead and start it on light only. And this does only have one brightness mode. However, that makes things a whole lot less complicated and a lot easier to use, in my opinion. So I prefer that. So all the way over to the left, light only. Pressing the switch turns it on, and there it is. And you notice I pressed it and that turned it on. If I press it again, it turns it back off. However, it also has momentary on. So if I hold the switch, the second I release the switch, the light will turn off, and that works for either side. Moving into the middle position, Now if I hit the switch again, you can see that there is a green laser right in the middle of that beam. And even though this is a super bright light, you can still clearly see that green laser. Let's go ahead and pop it over into laser only mode. Now when I hit the switch, you can see that the laser is the only thing visible. And look just how bright that is. That's super bright. And again, hitting that switch turns it off. You can swap between the modes while the light is on. You can see that that does work. So that's cool. And yeah, overall, just a super cool little compact weapon light. So let's go over some of the specs. This light has a brightness of 600 lumens. For a compact pistol light, that is very good. Has a throw of 130 meters. It has a runtime of 1 minute at 600 lumens. After that 1 minute, it will step down to 17% of the original power and run for an additional 39 minutes. After that, it'll step down to 10% and then run until the battery runs out. And that is with only the flashlight enabled. If you have the flashlight and the laser, it's still the same minute for the full 600 lumens, but after that, instead of 39 minutes, it drops it to 29 minutes until it steps down again to 10%. So not a whole lot of difference there, just something worth noting. It's IPX4 waterproof rated as well as 1 meter drop test rated. The laser has an output of 5 milliwatts and will run for 2.5 hours on laser only. It also has a wavelength of 510 to 530 nanometers. That's what gives it that bright green color. Got a length of 2.25 inches, a width of 1.3 inches, and a height of 1.4 inches. And it weighs just over 3 ounces. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this light out at night and see how it does. Alright, here we are with the Baldr Mini. Let's go ahead and turn it on light only mode. Wow, that is super bright. This is a really small gun light, but that is really bright. So I'm actually very impressed by that. See, it's got a nice tight hotspot with a good wide spill around it. Super impressive for a light of this size. Let's go and turn on the laser. Alright, and there's the laser. You can see it right in the middle of that beam. Still super bright, even though it's right in the middle of that really bright beam. And now I'm going to go ahead and put it on laser only mode. Alright, now you can see just how bright that green laser is. It's very impressive. Alright, what are my overall opinions on the new Baldr Mini? For the size, it's got a ton of features and a really great output. And the fact that it's got an integrated green laser makes it a super cool light in my opinion. And right now it is on sale for $88, which again is an insane price. Even if you miss that sale though, you can still get 10% off of the original price using the code APARMS. And that works for anything on the Olight web store besides the X9R. But yeah, overall, I really like this light a lot. For smaller handguns, it's just perfect. From something you don't want to put a big, bulky, full-size light on, this would definitely do the trick, and it is plenty bright enough. So yeah, if you liked the video, be sure to hit like, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Make sure you ring the bell so you're notified of any future uploads, and thanks again for watching. See you later.